Warts and Moles, Understanding and Managing These Common Skin Conditions by Owen Jones, narrated by Kim Summers, published by TekTime. Chapter 1. Home Remedies for Removing Warts. Millions of people all over the world get warts. The bottom line is that they are more of an embarrassment, a social issue, than a medical problem. Some people merely put up with them, and others cannot abide them, and have to have them removed immediately if not sooner. The fact is that warts are non-malignant growths. Non-malignant cancers, if you like, but the operative word is non-malignant, which is the same as harmless. If you want to remove any warts that you have, it is not a problem. Perhaps it is easier to see warts as flowers, or rather weeds, flourishing on your skin. You can kill them. There are several ways of doing this weed killing. You can go to a doctor or a dermatologist. This is a surefire way of eradicating them, but depending on where you live, it can be expensive. Or you can attempt to do it yourself first. After all, if you do not succeed, it will not have cost you much, and you can then go to a doctor later. One of the easiest ways that I have found is the use of salicylic acid. It sounds terribly dangerous and painful, but I can assure you that it is not. Salicylic acid is an ingredient of numerous shop-bought home remedies for getting shot of warts. Just check on the labels of wart removal products. A couple of minutes after applying salicylic acid, the top of the wart will turn white. After a couple of days of application, the wart will look like an open cauliflower, and it will reveal itself as the weed that it is. Not really, obviously. Soon thereafter, it will start to break away, literally to fall off bit by bit, and there will be no scar at all. I had loads of warts as a child, mostly on my fingers alongside my fingernails, and although my mother wanted to take me to the general practitioner to have them burned off by frost, I did not like the idea. Salicylic acid was suggested by a neighbor, and there was no looking back. However, as a footnote, I would like to add one more home remedy. A few years after the trauma of having loads of warts on my hands, as an infant schoolboy, I grew a wart on the tip of my nose. Needless to say, my classmates thought that hilarious, and some of them tried to make my life a misery. An auntie of mine, Auntie Lil, came to the house one day to get rid of this problem once and for all. She took a chunk of beefsteak out of her bag. It was about 2 ounces in weight, and she rubbed it on my nose, or on the wart on my nose anyway, and then she went out into the garden. My mother and I watched her through the window. She carefully dug a shallow hole and laid the steak in it. Then she covered it over, trampled it down, said a few inaudible words, and returned inside. "When that meat has rotted away," she said, "your wart will fall off." 5 or 6 days later, my wart fell off while I was washing, and it has never reappeared. Not in 60 years. Chapter 2. Domestic Treatments for Wart Removal. Each year, millions of Americans develop a skin condition. Usually, that skin disorder is only trivial. One of the most common minor skin disorders in America is known as warts. Warts are non-cancerous excrescences that emerge on the skin. Indeed, warts can appear just about anywhere on the body. If you are the same as many of the Americans who do have warts on their body, you might want to do something about it. To get rid of your warts, you will have to pick a method of eliminating them. Perhaps the best choice for wart elimination is to seek help from a professional. When seeking help from a specialist, often a doctor or a dermatologist, you will have your warts professionally removed, which some find more comforting. Despite being removed by a specialist, you will find that many of the removal methods are the same when compared to home wart removal methods or measures. Therefore, many individuals, especially those without health insurance, take the decision to save money and remove their own warts. When examining home cures for wart removal, it is helpful to use the internet to your advantage. Online, you ought to be able to uncover a number of different websites or resource guides that are dedicated only to home remedies, that is, domestic treatments, which may be used to get rid of warts. What is nice about home treatments is that most people have everything that they need already in their cabinets.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?